TK Gaming brings you Digimon 5. This is an overview on the Digimon Vital Bracelet, the latest in Digimon V-Pets with a sort of Fitbit twist. After using this, as well as the VB Lab app for a long while, I'm sure I can walk you through it all. You can see that I have the first Japanese model, but I assure you there really isn't a language barrier and this is very easy to use. When you open the box you will find a charging cable, an instruction booklet in Japanese, which you won't really need, a DIM card, in the case of this release it's Pulsemon, a Versus DIM card, and of course the Vital Bracelet, which apparently gave me a lot of trouble removing. It's a bit of a tight fit, so you may want to consider buying new bands for it. I'll be referring to the top button as 1 and the bottom button as 2. The first thing you'll want to do is charge it. Here I use the cord that came with it. Since then I've used a different basic USB cord to charge it via my PC and have had no battery issues whatsoever. When you start it up you will input the date and time. Use 1 to change the value and then 2 to select it. You can hold 1 to scroll quickly. Then you'll be asked to insert your first DIM card. In this case it is the Impulse City. Remove the slot cover and insert the card with the name facing you. Be patient while it loads and remove when prompted, then put it on your wrist. I missed the animation while fumbling it onto my wrist, but it's the same one each time you start a Digimon, so don't worry about it. It started to sleep because I did this very late in the day, more on that later. You can see here that at the time of this recording I was using the Guilmon DIM card. This is Guilmon's standard evolution line, but I assure you that there is much more variety. It's also possible to DNA Digivolve, or Jogress. Fast forward to Infinite Tide for this portion. On the main screen you will see battery level, the time, current vital value, today's step count, and your Digimon. The little sun means they're in a good mood. Other icons include a gray cloud, which is a bad mood or disconnected from you, which will result in death if you leave it off for 24 hours. A skull icon for injury, which if you get 4 in one day, or fight 3 times while injured, will kill the Digimon. Remove the bracelet to initiate the recovery phase, which has its own icon. Green arrows mean it's boosted with an item from the lab, or it may be sleeping, in which no activities are available. Sometimes you will see exercising animations when active. Press 2 from the main screen to see your tamer level, which is increased through using the VB Lab. Press 1 to scroll through options and 2 to select them. First are your stats, your vital value, your heart rate, your current steps, which will update in real time, and return. The second option is your Digimon stats. The first is its name and type, as well as age. Names are in Japanese, and this is pretty much the only Japanese you'll encounter. You can press 2 here to view the Digivolution line up to this point, or press 1 to scroll to their battle stats. Digimon power is kind of like accuracy. Hit points is the amount of damage that can be taken, which increases with vital value, and attack power is the damage it will deal, +1 for a good mood, -1 for bad mood. Then your win ratio, and trophy count. Next is training mode. Normal missions is a single, seemingly random daily task. It can be amount of battles, win count, number of steps, or gained vitals. Hard missions are 4 physical activities that reset each day. 20 seconds of squats, 30 seconds of crunches, 20 seconds of punches, and 30 seconds of sprinting. You'll notice a specific training animation, and a meter will fill as you go. Depending on your performance, you will get 1 or 2 trophies. The order will change if you do fewer than 4 a day, the next first being the one you didn't do. Next is Special Mission, which I don't have loaded. That has to do with the app that will be covered later. The last option is Advanced Mission, which is a number of steps and then a battle with another Digimon from this DIM card. You can press 1 to select any previous stages. The text will turn red when you've beat the 15th and final stage. You can hold 2 to exit back to the main menu. When you reach the required number of steps, which increases with later stages, you will battle a set Digimon. You will get a warning when it's ready, which you can hold 2 to skip. Press 2 to accept, or it will begin on its own. First, you'll be shown your opponent. You will exchange blows, reducing HP. My meter didn't change here because it did too little damage to register. A critical attack occurs on a certain turn depending on the Digimon. In Mega Seedormon's case, it is turn 2. You'll notice the enemy's attack still played out even though I've reduced it to 0 HP. Don't worry, those will always miss. You will gain vitals depending on the difference in level, only 50 for defeating a rookie as an ultimate. You will then move on to the next stage. If you are trying for a daily mission that is number of battles, you must exit by holding 2 and starting advanced mission again. It will only count 1 regardless of how far you let it go. Next is Backup. The Vital Bracelet has 2 slots. You can swap your Digimon with whichever is in the backup slot. If there is nothing, the main screen will be empty, allowing you to insert another dim to have a second Digimon. In Backup, they will not gain any points and age will not pass. If you have a Digimon in Backup the same level as the main one, you may trigger a Jogress. When that happens, it will not consume the Digimon in Backup and bypass any stat requirement. The app option is to connect to your phone using NFC. I'll detail that in the app portion of the video. Lastly is options. You can adjust the date and time again, which is handy if you have an older model without manual sleeping to adjust when Digimon are awake to match your sleep schedule. This of course will mean the time may not be correct. Then background, which is 3 preloaded colors and a unique background for the dim card, which is used in advanced mission. There's also brightness, and then toggle sound effects. There's no volume control, so it's just on or off. The final option is a device reset. It will delete your Digimon and reset the bracelet completely. On newer models, you can hold both 1 and 2 to put your Digimon to sleep so you can take the bracelet off without decreasing vitals. That's it for the Vital Bracelet itself. It's very straightforward and easy to use without knowledge of Japanese thanks to the simple and self-explanatory icons. The first screen in the VB Lab is the log, which gives you all you need to know about the current loaded Digimon, if there is one. But we're going to go in order at the bottom, so let's start with scan. On top is the option to send the current loaded Digimon as well as its extra missions and items to your bracelet. On the bottom is to transfer from bracelet to currently loaded in the lab. Select app on the bracelet to begin transmitting. If you have a current Digimon on the app, you will be prompted to put it in storage. Tap send and tap the bracelet to your NFC area. To send something to the bracelet, select app on the bracelet again. Choose the other option on your phone and follow the prompts again. With it, you can send special missions, which I'll cover in a bit, and items. Choose Send Deck, even if there's nothing on deck, and then whichever items you wish to send. Here I've selected to reduce the time to digivolving by 10 minutes. You may send multiple items of different types. You will have to tap it 3 times to send it back, and occasionally you may be prompted to reinsert that Digimon's dim card during this process. The log screen has 5 tabs, beginning with all the Digimon stats. Those include Vitals, Current and Max, Level, Type, Age, Name, a 7-day chart of your Vitals growth with the Digivolution markers, Countdown to Digivolution, Mood, Exercise Level, which can be increased if you transfer your Digimon at peak workout or while boosted by an item, your total win rate. Please note that Digivolve battle requirements only include battles won at that level and not your total. Total trophy count, same as total battle count for requirements. And your 4 special mission slots. Tapping those will take you to the appropriate tab. You can also tap the Digimon to use some items. Tab 2 are your Tamer Stats, which include your level, level icon, experience points to next level, name, V-Coins, which is the lab's currency, amount of Digimon trained over total available, Digidex completion over total, win rate across all battles with all Digimon, total trophies across all Digimon, and total steps as well as the counts from the last 7 days, and the dim cards you've loaded so far. The grayed out ones are cards you haven't used and synced with the app, and the icon next to one will be colored in when complete, as you can see with Infinite Tide, which I'm currently working on. Tap Edit to change your username or select a new color scheme for the lab. You can get these from loaded dim cards and raids. The Special Missions tab allows you to load up to 4 special missions onto your current Digimon. They are 6,000 steps, 306 vitals gained, 10 battles won or lost, or 6 battles won. These must be completed within 1 hour. The timer will begin immediately after being sent to your bracelet and initiate in the order you have loaded them, whether you pass or not. You will be awarded 3 trophies for a completed mission. The special mission option on your bracelet is for monitoring progress. This 4th tab is App Missions. Daily missions will be logging in, doing battle, and syncing, which is transferring to the lab. If you have reached the item limit, it will be left unclaimed. Normal are things like registering your account, battle counts and wins separated by practice mode, regular battles, and raids, amount of different Digimon levels raised, times synced, special missions cleared, items sent to the bracelet, tamer level ups, loading a new dim card, completing a dim card, and 1 for each Digimon on a dim card. The Events tab is a complete mystery. When you complete a mission with an amount, it will often be replaced by the same thing but higher. The last tab is your Digimon storage. You can increase storage slots by loading new dims, getting rank 1000 or better in raids, and sometimes for events. You can swap your loaded for a stored Digimon, store a loaded into an empty slot, or load a Digimon from storage into your empty loaded slot. You can also look at the stats of any Digimon by tapping on them. At the bottom is the delete option, so you don't have to fill up your storage with every Digimon you raise, or wait for them to die if you need space. The Digidex will show all the available dim cards, except some bonus ones which will appear if you load them, showing their completed status, and put the current Digimons at the top. Tap 1 to see your progress on the Digivolution tree. If you tap the active one, it will highlight the path to the current form. You can tap any unlocked Digimon for some info and their Digivolution requirements. It'll even show the requirements for ones you don't have yet, so this is a great tool to figure out what you want to work towards. It does not, however, include Jogress, and fails to mention that you need to complete Stage 5 of Advanced Mission to obtain that Digimon, in this case Machinedramon. You can find more detailed information on Digivolving at Humulus' website. That link will be in the description below. The Items category has 2 tabs, the first listing your current stash of items. You can go over the item limit if they are gained from battles or arena rankings and not accepted any other way. You can select an item to view its description, use if applicable, or sell for V-Coins. The archives items only seem to be for selling, but you have to tap the plus to max for every one and only sell 10 at a time. As you can see, this can be very tedious, so I don't bother. The second tab is for purchasing items with V-Coins. It shows descriptions here, so it's rather self-explanatory. Once again, you can only purchase 10 at a time. There's a variety of battle buffing items, as well as items to send to the bracelet and special missions. Putting off battle for now, let's look at options. You probably won't need this more than once. Notices brings up the news that shows on startup, sound for your volume levels or on and off toggle, FAQ for some random questions, inquiries for customer support pages, link with the Bandai Namco account, which I have still not got around to doing, data transfer for moving to the app on a different device, links to official websites, privacy policy and terms of service for those giant text walls you got when first starting up, and then language to swap between Japanese and English. The videos button is just some Digimon promotional material. I do recommend the Digimon Project episodes as they are quite entertaining. And the question mark button will bring up a help menu for whichever screen you're on, which defeats the whole purpose of this video, and now don't you feel silly for watching. But after the barrage of questions on Facebook with in-game answers for Cyber Sleuth when it came out, I expect there will be plenty who could use a handy reference video such as this. Finally, on to battles. You don't see a raid here, but it will be covered later. You will see a list of arena options, with raids occasionally up top, and how long until they are closed. Don't worry, they will be back and reset a day later. Standard is a free-for-all. Any Digimon of any level, rookie or higher, can battle here. Tap info for a reminder on the vaccine virus data damage triangle. The rewards button shows what you'll get for winning or losing, and the prizes that depend on your rank at the end of the timer. You can also check where you stand with the rankings button. It's rather pointless, so I didn't even bother. Your points bonus increases the more you battle. The attempts is how many battles you've done in this arena, and tickets determine how many more battles you can do. Every day you will get 3 free battles before needing to use tickets in each arena. If your Digimon does not meet the level requirements in a different area, it will tell you. Select the Digimon you wish to battle. You may hit refresh for a new list. You'll be prompted about spending a ticket, followed by item selection if you have any. Some items will not stack boosts, which you can see by some graying out when selecting one. Otherwise, you may use as many as you like and tap OK. If you chose items, it will now list all your buffs before battle. All your buffs will be shown under your Digimon's name above the critical meter. Tap stop when it's full and flashing critical for extra damage. The meter fills faster with each passing turn. You may also hold down stop and release it on time if that's easier for you. Doing it any other time will result in a normal attack. The loser will be whoever's reduced to 0 HP first, or has the lowest HP after 5 turns. You will then be awarded rank points, as well as win-or-loss bonuses. As well as standard, you can see there's an arena for each level rookie and above, as well as practice and sometimes raids. Winning in the arena will count towards your Digivolution requirements like battles on the bracelet. Practice battles have no gain whatsoever except for the bonus mission count. The critical meter will not speed up over time in practice. You may notice your opponent getting criticals as well. This occurs on their designated critical turn like on the bracelet. Raids are special events where many players team up to take down a single strong monster. Any level can be used, but I recommend picking your strongest Digimon. The info button will give you some monster info, so try to pick the type it is weak to. The rewards button is the same as regular battles, but note that you can get storage capsules and a new profile plate. You can use items for these battles if you wish. You'll first show the rank you're fighting in, which can be skipped by tapping. The battle may begin by showing the damage progress made so far on this monster, and between your attacks you may see others doing damage alongside you. In the early ranks they have very low accuracy, so you may rarely get hit. If 5 turns pass and it still has HP, it counts as a loss. However, you may use a ticket or one of the 3 free battles to continue where you left off if it hasn't already been defeated. If it is reduced to 0 HP while you are fighting it, you will be the winner and advance to the next rank. The next rank unlocks even if it is defeated without you. You may also select a lower rank. That should cover everything, but I've also got some tips and tricks for you. When I first got this, I didn't think I'd get very into it, but when I started working out every day, I thought it was a great way to keep things fun. So one thing led to another. Here's some tips and advice I have for you. Firstly, Humilos.com/Digimon/VBDM is a great reference for all your Digivolving needs. If you select a card from the top and then bookmark, your bookmark should always take you straight to that card. It shows you both previous and next forms when you click on a Digimon, as well as Geography requirements. Digimon don't all wake and sleep at 10, so if you have an old model you will want to fudge the time around a lot if you don't want to sleep with it on. If you don't meet the Digivolution requirements in time, you can hold 2 to reset the timer to continue battling or gaining trophies until another cycle passes. While Bracelet and App battles both count, App battles don't take steps or time to reach, and also give you App rewards, so always do that unless you're trying to clear stages. If you will be Digivolving that day, don't overdo trophies. Instead, save some hard missions to get a head start right after a form change. Try to keep one of each level, Rookie to Mega, to participate in all arenas to maximize use of your free battles. If you have hard missions to do, but don't need any more trophies that day, load up a second Digimon to get a head start on their trophy requirements. Be careful what you keep in storage though in case of accidental Geography. The battery seems to last 2.5 days. I leave it plugged into my PC that's shut down overnight every second day and the battery still seems healthy. The hard missions react to different types of movement. It's easier to find the right movement and cheat than to do the actual workout when it comes to crunches and squats. It may be easier to read your pulse if you wear it against the inside of your wrist. You can also force a pulse recheck from the pulse readout in your stats by holding both buttons. And lastly, subscribe to the TK Gaming channel for a ton of video game content and Digimon stuff. Look forward to more Digimon content every day of this month to celebrate the release of Digimon Survive. And thanks for watching.